So let's dig into a topic that honestly feels like it's straight out of science fiction, but is getting closer to reality every single day: the empathy engine. We're talking about the incredible quest to actually code human connection into our technology, to make our devices not just smart, but, well, emotionally aware. I mean, really think about that for a second. This question gets right to the heart of our modern lives, doesn't it? We spend so much time with these devices, we talk to them, we type our thoughts into them, we rely on them for just about everything. But is that understanding really a two-way street, or are we just talking to a very clever box?
You know this feeling. Picture this. You're running late, you're stuck in awful traffic, and your GPS just calmly announces, recalculating. It has absolutely no idea that you're about to lose your mind. It's just responding to data, not to your rising frustration. It's efficient, sure, but it's totally impersonal. And that's the gap we're going to explore today.
So, how do we actually bridge that gap? Well, this brings us to a concept that could completely change our relationship with technology. It's a pretty radical idea, to be honest. And at the core of this idea is something called an emotional algorithm. The concept is actually simple, but wow, is it powerful. This isn't just code that follows a command you give it. No, this is code that's been trained on massive amounts of data about human expression. It uses machine learning to analyze the tone of your voice, the speed of your typing, maybe even subtle shifts in your facial expressions, all to figure out how you feel. And then, this is the key part, to react to it. And that one simple change, it creates a completely different world. Right now, our tech is purely transactional. You give a command, it gives you a result. It sees the data. But the shift we're talking about is toward technology that's relational. It senses your feelings. It's not just aware of data. It's aware of you, the human, on the other side of the screen. Okay, so what would a world like that actually look like? Because if we get this right, the possibilities are genuinely inspiring. Let's take a look at that vision. Imagine a tutoring app that doesn't just mark an answer wrong. Instead, it senses a kid's frustration and says, hey, you know what? This one's tough. Let's try looking at it another way. Or think about a health monitor that alerts a doctor not just to a high heart rate, but to the patient's rising anxiety that's causing it. We could have digital companions that offer real comfort to someone who's lonely. Or even creative software that just knows when to get out of the way and let an artist hit their flow state. The possibilities here are absolutely huge. But you know how this goes. With any tech this powerful, there's always a flip side. We have to talk about the echo. All those unintended consequences that could ripple out from making technology this personal. And this is probably the biggest question mark of all: privacy. I mean, if a company's app knows you're feeling sad or anxious or lonely, what do they do with that information? Your deepest, most private feelings could become just another data point to be packaged and sold. Where do you even begin to draw the line? And then there's this other kind of creepy question of authenticity. A machine that seems empathetic, it's not actually feeling anything, right? It's just running a very sophisticated program. So could that fake empathy be used to earn our trust, only to manipulate us into buying something or believing some misinformation or making a choice that isn't really good for us? So you can see this creates a huge tension. On one side, you have this incredible promise of deeper connection, truly intuitive help, and better well-being. But on the other side, you've got these really scary perils: incredibly sophisticated emotional manipulation and a total invasion of what might be our last little piece of privacy. All of this brings us right to the horizon. This technology isn't a what if anymore. It's coming. And that leaves all of us with a really profound choice to make about the kind of future we actually want to build. You know, this quote perfectly captures that optimistic vision, the dream of it all. The goal isn't to replace human connection. The idea is to use technology to support it, to make our digital world feel just a little bit more human. And so that's really the question we're left with, isn't it? As we build these empathy engines, are we actually coding a better, more meaningful connection? Or are we just building a deeper, more convincing illusion? The answer, well, it's going to depend on the choices we all start making right now.